Welcome back to another episode of Tropical Tidbits, the official podcast of the Florida Tropics Academy. And boy, we got a fun one today. Before we address the monkey in the room, we need to introduce our guest today. Of course, this is a big Halloween special. So Mike, why don't you take it away? Introduce your guest, and I will introduce the other one, and we're just going to go right at it.
Well, thank you, Captain. This is going to be a spectacular show. I know it, and this is a lot of fun. But it is my honor to introduce my man Finn Slater, ball boy for the Tampa Bay Rowdies and Lakeland United Soccer Clubs. He's a member of the 2023-24 Tampa Bay Rowdies boys futsal team, and this is his third season, a veteran with the Florida Tropics Academy, of course. He's also co-captain of the U12 boys team, doing solid things this year, I hear. And he's the master of disaster, number 8, Finn Slater, a.k.a. Bob Ross.
All right, Bob. We can call you Bob, right?
We call you Bob?
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. All right, well, our other guest, original member of the Florida Tropics Academy, also a sophomore at All Saints Academy. She has been a 3-year starter on the varsity team, co-captain of the U16 girls team for the Florida Tropics. She loves going to the beach, traveling, and is obsessed with all things Miami. Give it up for the wonderful Miss Anya.
Yay!
Monkey see.
Right?
Monkey see, monkey do.
If you're watching this in a later date, this is our Halloween episode, so we aren't mental, well, some of the time. I obviously wanted to kind of pay homage to my wife's favorite nickname for me, and we got Bob here. So let's get right at the players. Let's get to know you guys a little bit. So Anya, 3-year varsity at the All Saints Academy. Let's talk about high school soccer versus travel soccer.
Oh boy.
What are some of the nuances between travel soccer and then transitioning to high school soccer?
Yeah, okay, so travel soccer, definitely more competitive because, you're trying out for a team, and usually these teams are very high quality, professional coaches, and more chemistry because you're playing together more, and it's just a lot better quality. And then high school soccer is a little bit more loose, a little bit more fun because I think it's not necessarily as serious as club soccer, and a lot more people can play, so it's a little less quality, and it's a little bit of a mess sometimes. I personally love it because you can kind of just do whatever you want.
Controlled chaos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes think Saturday morning at the YMCA.
Yeah, a little bit of rec, a little bit of church league, but it's really fun.
Well, and there's got to be school spirit and all that kind of goes into it.
That's
playing with your friends, right? I think
right, so that's the best, in my opinion, that's the best part because, game days too, because your whole school, well, not really girls soccer, but a lot of the school will come out and watch your games and support you, and the people that you kind of see every single day, and then your friends from school, and even players that you wouldn't really hang out with outside of school, you get to do that soccer with. So yeah,
that's awesome.
It's fun.
And so to kick it back into travel soccer, you've been in on the ground level of the inception of the Florida Tropics Academy, so you've kind of seen it from where it began and where it has evolved to. So overall, how are we doing? How is the club? Is it healthy? Is it going in the right direction?
Crazy growth, I will say. Crazy growth. It's been a journey for sure, but I really love to see how it's gone, especially my dad. Great job over here. Does a lot of work, helps out. I think what Tropics is their mission and what they're trying to do over the years has really shown and grown, and I really love what they're doing, especially for what we have in Central Florida. They've done a really good job. And so I was there when it started as No Limits. It was an old club team, and then we slowly evolved into Tropics, and every year there's more teams and just better players, and it just keeps getting better and better, so I'm excited to see how it gets in the future.
That's awesome. Well, that U16 girls team, they're no joke, man. I've enjoyed doing the recaps. Anytime I see them on the schedule, I know I'm going to get some good highlights.
Right.
It's always a treat, so appreciate that. We're going to get into some of those highlights in a little bit, but we're going to kick things over to Bob.
Oh yeah, Bob.
Speaking of the next generation.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So Bob, we're going to talk about the Tampa Bay Rowdies and your ball boy position, because I think Dad gets a little bit of credit for getting you this gig. Do you want to tell the story of how that actually came to be?
Sure, why not?
All right. So give us the play-by-play. So we were going there just to take in a Rowdies game, right?
Yes.
And what happened?
Well, we were in there, and then all of a sudden you put us in the long line. Next thing we know, that's the ball boy line.
So true story. So he played for the Tampa Bay Rowdies futsal team. So we got some comp tickets to go check the game. We'd never been to a Rowdies game, so it was our first time. And so we show up to the stadium, didn't know where we were supposed to be, and there was some kids kind of gathering in one of the gates, and then the general public was on another gate. So we just assumed that where those kids were gathering, well, oh, that must be us because we're part of the futsal team. So we went and we stood in that line. And as they started going into the stadium, a security guard stopped all the parents, and they just ushered in the kids. So my wife and I were like, well, that must be normal. That's fine. And so Finn went inside the gate, and they were like, oh, wait, how do we get our kid back? And so we decided just to go into the stadium through the other gate, and it turns out he was in the ball boy line, and they pat him in a jersey. And next thing we know, he is the ball boy for the game. Never done it before, by the way. And it has been a habit ever since. They keep calling. He must have done a good job because they keep calling us back. So that's how we got the gig.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's so fun.
Mistakes happen for a reason. So, all right. So let's talk about coaches. All right. So you have the famous Lucas
You're amongst friends.
Teixeira.
You can speak honestly.
You can speak honest. So Lucas Teixeira, our fearless director. So let's talk about Lucas. So what are some things about Lucas Teixeira that people just don't know?
People don't know. He's actually really good at soccer. He's like good at everything. I don't know what he can throw really far. He did a field goal the other day, like really well.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like legit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Like the football was just out there at the All Saints football field. And
He just went at it.
lined it up. I think it was from at least 35 yards. Smashed it. I mean, it was good from 50.
Oh my goodness. All right. And ultra competitive. I hear he's very competitive.
Very. Yes. Very. And he gets mad when we aren't that competitive at all. So he tries to rile us up, and we're like, okay.
No, Luke's a good dude. All right, Bob. Kicking it over to you. Guillermo de Santos. Love Guy. So Coach Guy, what's one of your favorite things about Guy?
Well, my favorite thing about Guy is he's just a good coach. He's always positive. He always tells us what to do. He always corrects our mistakes, and he just is really good for growth.
So what I love about him from a parent perspective is there's coaches that go through the motions, and they're decent coaches, but then there's coaches who care. And Guy is probably one of the most charismatic and caring coaches, I think. I mean, he genuinely wants to see his kids grow. It's not just about the win, it's about the growth. And so I think that's one thing that I've appreciated about Coach Guy. And he's pretty good at futsal. So you've gotten to be take part in Guy's futsal teams, and you've also taken part in his travel soccer team. So if you had to, what is the difference between the two?
Well, futsal, it's more, there's only 5 players on the field, including the goalie. So you have more touches on the ball. You have to always be ready to get the ball. And it's more passing, more footwork. It's just like the field. It's smaller.
So it's faster pace,
It's faster.
more high energy. So you're 11, all right? So you're 11 years old. What would you recommend? Let's say there's some 7 and 8 year olds that are listening, maybe 9 and 10 years old. Would you recommend futsal for development? Would you say that if you really want to get good at the sport, try futsal because it speeds everything up?
Yes, that's absolutely what I would say.
Cool. I dig it. Good answer. I like where you're going with that. All right, let's have some fun. Would you rather?
Oh, yeah.
I love this game.
We're going to start with Anya. Ladies first.
Okay.
So Anya, would you rather score the winning goal, make the winning pass, or be the one who makes the winning stop?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Good question.
I gotta go with winning goal.
Winning
It's
goal.
like the
Okay.
best
Something
feeling.
about it, right?
Yeah,
All right.
just the
So what's the
feeling.
celebration look like after the winning goal? What are we doing? What are we doing after the winning goal?
Okay, well, in my mind, I'm doing a round off back handspring into a backflip. But because
Did
I
she really
can't
do that?
do that yet, no.
Okay.
But
I was
because I
impressed.
can't do that yet, it's a lot of it's a yay jump, and then I turn and run to my friends and I give them a big hug. But we're coming up with celebrations this season, so don't worry.
Yeah, we need to up our celebration game.
Yeah, we really do.
No, we have some planned. We have some
One of my dreams for the Monday Mashup, which if you're watching this and you haven't checked out our Monday Mashup, you need to follow us on Instagram. That's Florida Tropics Academy. Every Monday we recap all the game action. But one of my dreams is to get a breakdown of a team's celebration. I'm talking really dissect the celebration, critique it. So if you guys can make that happen for you, all
We
I'm
will,
missing
we
is the
will, trust.
celebration, and I promise you I will break it down. So can we,
I mean,
can we work on that?
It's TikTok every 5 minutes, so I'm sure they can come up with something decent on a celly.
So challenge
Yeah.
accepted, yes?
Yes,
All right, come on, you
absolutely.
16 girls, do not let me down. All right, Bob, a.k.a. Finn. You're the same question. Would you rather score the winning goal, make the winning pass, or be part of the thing that stops the other team from winning?
It's very hard because the winning assist is just as important as the goal. The goal can't happen without the assist.
Good answer.
But also, then again, the goal can't happen without the person that shoots it. I would say the assist.
Nice.
I dig it.
And Bob, the assist, is that are you going a corner kick? Are you going free kick? Are you going like you're going up the field and it's a nice cross for a one-timer? What's the assist look like in your mind?
I feel like a cross.
Cross,
is
good
the-
cross,
Good
where,
cross.
The,
Good
where the
cross.
forward finish is solid, and yeah,
I dig it. I'm
That's
with
all.
you. Kicking over to you, Mikey Mike.
sure. Are we
Monkey D.
stick
Yeah, let's
with
do some more Would You Rather. Yeah.
would you rather? So we're gonna start with a pregame meal.
Oh, okay.
Right? Are we doing this could be most of our games are in the morning,
Mhm.
right? So we're doing bacon as a pregame meal. Are we doing cereal? Or are we doing pancakes? Pancakes, bacon, or cereal?
Just bacon.
Well, it's a would
Like,
you
what
rather.
do you like a pancake and a bacon, or
No,
like a
let's just
What's in
an
this?
egg and a bacon,
One.
perchance?
Let's do eggs and bacon.
Okay.
Pancakes or cereal.
Okay. Okay, me. Eggs and bacon.
Eggs and bacon.
For sure, yes.
Explain a little bit. why
Explain?
that-
Well,
yeah.
my lovely coach, Erica Sutter, she has helped us learn that like protein is very important before your games and something not too filling. And so I feel personally eggs and bacon, they're not that filling at all, and they give you enough protein that like it ties me over for the game, but I'm not gonna like throw up or anything. So it's my go-to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Bob,
Not
what
just
about
bacon.
not just bacon? It's got to
Yeah.
have a little protein. Well, extra protein.
Well, extra
extra
protein.
protein.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah, a lot of.
I
Bob?
would also go with eggs and bacon, but I don't really eat bacon, so I would
Oh.
just go
Does not.
with eggs.
What's your side choice of with the
Are you a
eggs?
sausage guy?
I kind of like eggs on toast.
Eggs on toast.
eggs
Okay,
on
so
toast.
toast
Okay,
is
a little
the side
carbs
carb.
too.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's a popular choice.
So you wouldn't go like pancakes and waffles.
That's just
With
like
cream.
a lot.
That's a lot of.
man.
That's too many
It's
carbs.
too
man.
many
That's too
carbs.
many.
Ah.
Sitting
I'm
there
gonna
in
be
the bottom
full
of
and I
your stomach.
can't. I'm gonna feel terrible. I'm gonna be crampy.
Okay, no, that's good. I like it. I dig it.
Yeah.
So eggs and bacon, or eggs and toast. I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Passing the baton. All right. So Finn, you're at a transitional phase. This is your U12 9v9. Obviously, next year you transition to the big field, the 11v11.
Mm.
Anya, you're on the opposite side of that equation. You've already transitioned. You're kind of at the tail end of that journey, kind of working your way into potentially the collegiate or whatever lies next. So what advice would you give the young lad on that transition from 9v9? What was absolutely terrible to get over in that transition? What was the hardest part of that?
Hardest part? I would say conditioning. Like, make sure you are conditioned because it's not that different, but like it's different just because it's more space. So you're doing a lot more running, especially what position do you play?
I play center mid.
Center mid. Oh yeah, a lot more running. I was like, he's a midfielder. No, yeah, but just make sure you're conditioned and fine. You'll be fine, but like make sure you're all conditioned well because it's bigger, but you'll be fine. Yeah. Just
So again, this is my lack of soccer knowledge. So the ball is bigger. It's a longer. They're longer halves, right?
Yeah, so every age group you kind of go up about 5 minutes. Like this year we're full 45-minute halves.
45,
Oh,
45.
it's brutal.
so it's funny, like, U13, U14 even, it's like playing time and, minutes on the field and like the 45-minute halves, like you need a deep roster. Is like, hey coach, maybe
Yeah,
get a
yes.
sub in here maybe.
Especially with like the Florida sun, it's crazy
Yeah.
hot, and they don't give water. They don't give water breaks, right?
They do,
Or yeah,
yeah,
they do sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But it's a full 45-minute.
Yeah, that's intense.
It's intense.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they start at about 30s, 35s,
Mhm.
and they slowly work.
And then
their
they
way
slowly work their way into
up.
that.
Yeah.
Who run? So, what position would you say runs the most in 11v11? Who's
I
always
think the
good?
midfield runs. Well, it depends on the game. I would say it depends on the
Okay.
game. Like if you're the stronger team, then I would say more like the wingers. Maybe they're making more runs, and if it's more defensive, the outside backs or center backs for sure.
Gotcha.
But I feel like midfielders are always doing their fair share of running, personal experience. But, yeah.
Who is the most under appreciated position on the field?
Ooh, that's a good question.
You know what I mean? Like they do all the dirty work. They don't get any of the glory, but they're probably pretty essential to a successful team. And this could go to you, Mike. I mean, because you see it a lot too.
Yeah.
Underappreciated. I
Yeah.
think those center backs on the defensive side. I mean, if you don't have good center backs,
you're getting
toast.
exposed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you could play well all game, and a lot of teams get frustrated. What we find is we're a possession team, so we'll control the ball, and teams get frustrated, so they just then want to boot the ball and kick it.
Yep.
And if your center backs are half asleep or not paying attention, they get a lot of teams have fast forwards, and boom, next thing you know, you're down 1-0. You've been controlling the game the whole time.
So is that position? Would you prefer a size thing, a speed thing, or I mean, obviously both? But is it
speed for us? Speed has helped us a lot on the center backs.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out Lizzie and Peyton, love you. They're very fast, and they're both very aggressive too. You have to be aggressive. Like they get so many headers and they receive so many balls. It's like very crucial to their position.
I would add to that, not just in the center back, but when you talk about transitioning to the upper or older levels, is the physicality is completely different. I mean, Finn, in your games, do you feel like you're getting pushed around a lot of kids going to the ground, or is it still, try to pass it and not a lot of bumping?
I mean, it depends. Some teams play very physical, and some teams play very passing the ball and all that.
Yeah, so I'd say the physicality of the game.
So it gets amped up.
Yeah, and the parents get amped up,
Well, yeah, we have
we had that discussion on another episode of what's a foul and what's not a foul.
Right. Hey, which is a great plug because we're dropping our referee segment. So if you haven't watched that yet, actually by the time this releases, it'll be out. So definitely check that out with Mike Kerrigan. He's an official referee. It's a fantastic episode, so check that out. See, we learned something. Transitioning, everything we get to go through. Of course, I get to watch. You get to do all the work.
That's right. You do all the work, Bob.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about Halloween because this is a Halloween episode. Favorite Halloween memory. What is your favorite Halloween memory with Dad, with your family? It could be anything. What's your favorite Halloween memory, Anya?
Okay. Well, speaking of your poop outfit you have on today, my favorite Halloween memory, way back when I was a little kid, we would go to Disney's Not So Scary Halloween. My boy Mike over here. We went in costumes, right? I was dressed as like an old retro lady. My mom was in a cute outfit. My dad in a poop costume, like full on, like an actual poop. And he walked around Disney the entire night in his poop costume. Yeah. And I'll always cherish that forever.
And then there was a little boy, Spanish speaking family, and we get off the monorail or whatever it is. I'm walking, and the little boy points at me. He's like, "Mommy, mira, caca."
Which is like poop. It's mom, like mom, look, there's poop in Spanish.
I mean, we're just dying. So yeah, as you know, I'm usually kind of a reserve guy, but I walked around Disney all night in a poop emoji.
Yeah, I don't know. I say you got that other side to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, Finn. Bob. Sorry, apologize,
Bob.
Favorite Halloween memory could be anything.
I don't know. Last year on Halloween, I had a lot of fun at the Monster Mash tournament. That was pretty fun because I got to play and I also had fun outside of the tournament.
So picking up off of that, that's actually mine too. That Monster Mash tournament,
coming up,
it is. So I think by the time this drops, we'd have just played it.
That's right.
But last year, since we're present right now recording, one of my favorite memories, the U12 team. A lot of the kids on that team were playing up. So they were young, they were outmatched, they were out-hustled, and we got smoked a lot last year. It was a growth year. But we went to the Monster Mash tournament, and they chose to be convicts. They wanted to be prison convicts. And just before their night game, the parents went and got them temporary tattoos, and we tatted them all up.
Nice.
Oh, that's so fun.
The mental switch in these kids, they really thought they were thugs. Like, for real. They came on the field, and they played a team. I'll never forget that the team was ranked, I think, 110th in the state for all of CDL. And I think there's 1,000 teams. So it was pretty good.
Right. Yeah. Top
so
10%.
they were definitely outmatched, but they went toe-to-toe with them, and they ended up tying that game.
Wow.
As thugs, but it was, as parents, we were like, who are these kids?
Right.
It just goes to show you how powerful the mental side of the game is.
That's right.
But that's my favorite memory too. It's good stuff.
That's really neat. Yeah, I heard that's a really great experience.
No, they do a good job.
I don't think they
Florida
had that
Soccer
one.
School.
Yeah.
Shout out to those guys,
Yeah.
Fred and the directors over there. They put on a phenomenal tournament.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
So big shout out.
Bob, as somebody who's follically challenged on my head, explain the hair you got going on there. What's that like in the mornings getting ready for school?
Well, pretty hard. I mean, you gotta wake up, brush it, comb it.
Blow dryer?
Get it up there
Yeah,
a little
blow
bit.
dryer.
Blow dry. All
Yeah.
right. Very
It's quite
cool,
the
very cool.
process.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that one day.
Yeah. Neutral.
You have no hair.
That's why it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
Not
the mic.
wasted.
Rock
Yeah.
the balls.
Went right to the razor. Boom. Done.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think this went well, Mike.
I think so.
I went
Yeah,
so
you guys
well.
went
In fact,
pretty well.
I'm gonna make a proposition, and then I have a follow-up question to that proposition. So here is the proposition. I think we should stage a day where we have a talent takeover. We allow these two literally to do this,
Well,
and we're not in the mix at all.
Okay.
We just give them the mics. We allow them to choose their guests, and they run a podcast. What do you think?
I love that. I wonder. I'm just scared and curious who they would want to interview.
Well, first of all,
Podcast.
would you do that? Would you be interested?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So,
Awesome.
Okay, so Anya, who would you want to interview?
I thought
Besides
long
Taylor
and-
Swift.
Oh, okay. That's
Right.
she's gone now.
Within the
Anyways,
soccer world,
right, of course. I gotta go with Coach Victor.
Ooh.
What a guy he is.
Coach
Yes.
Victor.
Victor.
Yes.
And Bob.
Thank you.
I would also go with Coach Victor.
Coach Victor.
Wow.
You've been put on notice, my man. So, in fact, let's set this up now. Let's make this official. Victor is returning to the Major Arena Soccer League.
That's
So
right.
the MESL season kicks off, I believe, his first game with the Baltimore Blast is in December.
Okay.
I'll look up the date. But I think we should do a Coach Victor, the kids interview him, all Major Arena Soccer League, all the time, drop it in December. What do you say?
That sounds good.
That is going to be the most watched podcast for sure.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Victor, I told you, man, you're not going to get out of this, buddy. You are not getting away from this podcast. So that's all the time we have. Big shout out to Anya, to Bob, a.k.a. Finn, to Monkey Business Mike over there. I'm Captain Mortgage. And, of course, as always, we have to say thanks to CPS Investment Advisors for letting us use their studio. This has been your Tropical Tidbits, and we are the Florida Tropics Academy. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram. It's the hub of all things for the Academy. We are out.
Yay!
That's awesome. Look at that. We're
That
professionals.
was so fun.
We're such pros. Good job, Bob.
Yeah. Job
Wait, that was
Job.
fun. Actually, oh yeah, my earrings are. Oh.
Woo.